Hello and welcome to Elizabeth Magical Garden, a magical garden reaching for the stars.
Hey guys, welcome back. Be sure to check out the show notes at the bottom of this recording because I usually have a lot of cute little tidbits along the way, and you also get to follow me on Instagram at Elizabeth Magical Garden. All the information will be down below. Hi, my name is Elizabeth from Elizabeth Magical Garden, a magical garden reaching for the stars. Guys, welcome back to the podcast. I pray that everybody is well. I pray that everybody is in great spirits. As for your girl, I just came from my morning walk, a little chilly, a little breezy, but nonetheless, we got it done. Guys, I am so gung-ho about the morning walks. Like, there's something that has to be said about the morning walks. I know that you hear a lot of people talk about, I love going my morning walks, but it's so important to start your day with a moment of clarity. I wake up really early in the morning. We're going to get into that in a little bit. After I have completed the task for the morning, but I'm giving my body a little rest. So I like to push and kind of just like skate through, go on cruise control. This is why I seize the opportunity to do the most when I am at a energetically higher state, because as a woman we have ebbs and flows in our bodies naturally. We have our cycle, so following the groove I find to be very important for my not only physical health but my mental and spiritual health as well. Guys, so I have been on this journey in terms of what is going on in my area, in terms of nature, the trees, how just going down the ecosystem. I just really am fascinated on how things work. I have always been a person that's been curious, but as of late, especially now that I'm writing more, be sure to check out my blog at Elizabeth Magical Garden. Be sure to check that out, guys. I've been really posting not only on that but also my news letter, so be sure to subscribe to that because there is a little gift for you guys. You're welcome in advance. Doing research, writing really allowed me to delve into topics that I personally always found fascinating but was afraid to share. I know. I want to say not so much afraid, more or less making the decision for others. And I'm going to get into that, right? Making the decision for others, assuming people are not into what you are into, which is the greatest lie ever. Think about it. Whatever topic you find yourself to be interested in, the person that is giving the information, the database that is giving the information, somebody had to do the research for there because they were also interested. So we all find each other. This led me into the trees. Now, let me just double back. I have always been a person that loves nature. You guys, you already know I love being out in the outdoors. I get so much healing from being outside. I remember some of my darkest moments have been healed from being outside, just me being able to breathe and be under the canopy of a big, giant green tree or trees has been such a blessing to me. And I feel like we all are benefiting from that. So it is, in my humble opinion, our personal responsibilities to take care of this planet. Now, I have always done what I could. I don't litter. I make sure to place things exactly where it's needed to be so it could break down properly. I do what I can, as much as I can, because life is life. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I only drink out of a certain, I only drink out of like metal straws, which I should, and so forth. Like I never use plastic. I do. But I really make it a point to try my best. I try my best with whatever I can do, right? And I feel like if we all come from that particular notion, the world would just be a better place. So I found out that certain areas have more trees than others. Now, this has always been prevalent in my life. I was born and raised in New York City, Brooklyn, New York, and there are neighborhoods that can use trees. One is maybe a mile away, right? Buildings, the type of buildings, hardly no trees. You might see one in the park, one or two, but really there's just really not enough of trees. And I noticed that when I was a little girl. Now, I grew up in a section where there were private houses and not so many buildings. So we had a lot of trees. I had trees on going down my block. Every block that was mimicking, I would say, that had houses, we had way more trees, I would say, than the other side of Brooklyn, which was where I went to school to, right? I would have to cross over to go to the local junior high school or elementary school, and they were closer to the building part than, I would say, my area. Not too far, but like in the zone. Let's just say you went to your zone school, but I was on the other side. I remember noticing different moods within myself when I was a young girl, when I would be in certain areas, neighborhoods in my region. Of course, being a little girl, I didn't really understand it, but I did make a mental note. I did feel different from one set to the next. I thought it was because maybe I was further away from my home. That could have been. I thought nothing really of it, but I did remember how I felt. And I also remember feeling really happy when I would go to my grandfather's house. He lived in Long Island. He's passed when I was a young girl, but we all used to have summer vacation, or I would say not vacation, but more like summer weekends. We would all get in his van, guys. That was back in the day, okay, before all the different type of laws, because I don't think we was supposed to be riding like that. But anyway, it was so much fun. We had a really great time. I was with my cousins, with my mom, her sister, my aunt, and her husband, and we would just come from Brooklyn all the way to Long Island. And I remember having such a great time, and visually it just felt so delicious. And you know why? There were so many trees. Study shows that 25% of impoverished areas or low income areas has less trees. That is disturbing. Tree equality is called. So I went down this rabbit hole of tree equality, and it says this: low income communities and communities of color have 25% less trees compared to wealthier, often whiter ones. The findings confirmed a disturbing pattern of inequitable distribution of trees that has deprived many communities of color of the life-saving quality of life benefit that significant tree cover can deliver. What? So that got me so far off the edge, because here it is. I know what I felt when I was in different areas. I am not reading only off of this site, but I have also experienced this, and having firsthand on something that you have experienced and you read it just changes something in you. Or I should say it ignites something in you, because it did in me. So, your girl was counting trees down the block, left, right. And I was counting those trees. And this is just food for thought because, depending on what area you live, this may or may not pertain to you, but it does pertain to maybe somebody somebody that you work with, somebody else other than you is dealing with that right now. And I just find that little things make up big things. When we don't take responsibility for ourselves, because even me, I'm not sitting here and saying that I am a personal scholar of everything that happens in my neighborhood, but I do make it a point to do some research with the things that I am in close proximity to. It is important because we don't live in the world by ourselves. And unless you got somewhere else to go, boo, Mother Nature, this planet that we were blessed to receive from God, this is it. This is a one-stop shop because there's only one way out of here. No puns intended. Okay, so find out. We all have a hand in the pot. We're all stirring the pot. We might as well stir it together. It doesn't hurt to do a little research about some of the things that's going on in your neighborhood and the findings, making a note of the findings that you find to be quite disturbing. Because this article, when I came across it, it saddened me, because this is something that little kids that come outside, not everybody is able to afford to live in specific areas, and it's not fair to human beings to have to suffer the lack of things, trees, water. People are suffering for the things that God gave us for free. I do understand that you make more money, you get more things. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, I don't want to poo-poo on the people. I'm not trying to say that it is wrong for wealthy people to have what they have. You work hard for it. But the powers that be who are making these decisions should spread the wealth. This is a God-given thing. And, if you don't make note of it, the attention won't be made. And I just feel like education is definitely making note of it, because if you do live in an area, or someone that lives in an area and they don't have certain things and they don't have enough trees in the area, what you can do, you can find out who is your borough president and email, call, make a decision, make a decision to make a difference. You can call. Yes, your vote, your word, your email does count. And make a note and say, who can I speak to? I noticed that there aren't adequate amount of trees in my neighborhood or this particular area. And if so, why is that? And when will they be up to par? Period. Because once we get together and we use our voice to show that, hey, I'm noticing things. My eyes are open. I'm looking over here and I'm noticing some things that are missing. If you don't make it a point to say anything, then it'll just continue to go on and on. And I know we live in a world it's like, oh, it's just me. What can I do? Well, you can do a lot, because a lot of yous, if you make it a point to make a phone call, just an email, giving note to shed light on something that is not up to par, it makes a huge difference. Guys, food for thought. I love you guys. Be sure to check out all the information down below. You already know, follow your girl on all channels. But most importantly, stay blessed, stay in peace, and stay empowered. Peace. Hey guys, leave a comment, a review, preferably 5 stars. And don't forget to check me out on Instagram, because what is popping over there. And also check out my YouTube channel to stay connected and see your girl's lovely face. Guys, I love you so much. Keep on pushing, and I'll definitely speak to you soon. Be blessed.